You ready? Go.
Okay, what you see here is our grill. We sectioned our grill just like we planned to. Cut it across the middle, took the center sections out. These are the center sections right here. We cut them out with a cutoff tool and a die grinder. And that's how much we shortened it by, which is about 9 inches. You can see that it sure reduces the height of the grill. Top of the grill still is where it was, and the sides of the grill still is where it was. It's just that the very front lower part of the grill and the bottom part have been spliced and reduced in height, so that now we have a grill about 3 inches above the tie rod, which means the tie rod won't bang on the grill. We have, I think, more than enough frontal area for air transfer through to the radiator, and that should about take care of that. We ended up drilling and bolting in the radiator support. We decided where we wanted it, fore and aft. We drilled down through the holes and bolted that in with 3/8 stainless bolts on each side. The hood rods are going to work in the size that they are, and the fan that I put on with the short spacer is about the right. No, it's about 1 inch from the radiator, and that's about where you want it. About 1 inch from the radiator. That should move enough air through there so that it helps keeps it cool. I redid the center carburetor, took it apart, redid it, found 2 mistakes in it that the previous rebuilder had done, corrected those mistakes, and restarted the motor. It runs better, but still doesn't run the way I want it to. It doesn't idle the way it needs to idle. So I'm still troubleshooting that. I want to check to make sure we have fired all the plugs, and get that thing ironed down, and then hopefully we can get a gas tank hooked up to it, because I've been sucking it out of a can of gas with that hose. I got to finish the exhaust system. Here's like an old header off of this side. The current headers are pretty much identical to it, but I want to hook up the exhaust system with flanges, like these exhaust flanges, rather than slip tubes and them rotten old muffler clamps that I hate with a passion. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this old set of headers and sacrifice them, cutting the flanges off and welding the pipes on at the flange areas, and we'll need 4 flanges, 2 on each side, just to create head pipes to go back to the muffler. Got to be cleaned up and just flattened, on the belt sander, and wire brush so that they can weld to them. And they'll make extensions for the headers, and then from there we'll make head pipe extensions back to the mufflers and finish locating the back of that. Jake scrubbed the inside of the roof today, and they cleaned it up. So there's no rust up there, everything is the way it should be. Brian put transmission fluid in the 4-speed. Is that in gear or is that out of gear?
Out of here?
Okay, it's out of gear, all right, good. But you don't want it in gear. If I start that motor and don't realize it's in gear, away we go, We fill that transmission with Dexron 3. Which is what everybody recommends now for manual transmissions. They don't use transmission fluid anymore like the old days. That 75-90 fluid is a thing of the past. They all use the modern fluids. I guess because they're slipperier and they have less friction in their viscosity. Seems to work. I ran it that way in the 55, and it should run fine in here. We got the gas tank out the back. The gas tank was sitting here. We're about ready to find a way to mount that tank. We took that rear cross member out, of course, and moved it back. We're going to mount that tank somewhere back here so that it comes out right. We need a pickup tube flange attachment for the top of the tank. Jake's going to pick one of them up today, and then I'm going to hook the fuel sender, my VDO fuel sender unit up to it, and make it a working gas tank. And then I won't have to have a can of gas laying around just to suck out of with a hose. Other than that, we're moving right along.